Hello, I'm Victor Moisio. This is the Football Planet here on Africanews, your Pan-African channel. But first, let's take a quick look at the headlines of the stories that are coming right up for you. Somali football fans have a new pastime. The country on Friday witnessed the first football match under floodlights in 3 decades. The Horn of Africa nation is trying to rebuild its football after decades of conflict, and often due to that, the national side has been forced to play its home matches in neighbouring Ethiopia. But things are rapidly changing. We have prepared that story for you. Africa Cup of Nations champions Cameroon are the first African side to be knocked out of the final qualifying standings for the Russia 2018 World Cup after they were eliminated from the final round of the qualifying last Monday by Nigeria. Details on that coming up and reaction. Some hope for the Teranga Lions. The Bureau for the FIFA World Cup qualifiers ordered a replay for the qualification match between South Africa and Senegal held on November 12, 2016. The decision follows the confirmation of the Court of Arbitration for Sport, CAS, to uphold the lifetime ban of match referee Joseph Lamptey for match manipulation. Somali football fans have a new pastime. The country on Friday witnessed the first football match under floodlights in 3 decades. It's being said that since the start of the Civil War, no football match has ever been played at night. And the oldest stadium in the country in Mogadishu, the Banadir Stadium, that was built in 1956, had been severely damaged. FIFA came to the rescue of the sport when it funded the redevelopment of the stadium in 2009 through its Win in Africa with Africa program. We have prepared the following story.
Thousands of fans on Friday watched the first nighttime football match played in Mogadishu since chaos descended on the Somali capital 3 decades ago. They emphatically backed their teams in what the mayor called a historic event. Since the start of the Civil War, no football match had ever been played at night, and the oldest stadium in the country, the Banadir Stadium, built in 1956, had been severely damaged.
I'm very pleased to see that this kind of match can be played for the first time in 30 years. This is part of the development that we undertake day after day. This match is the first night game played in Mogadishu for 30 years, and we thank God for that. I hope it will continue.
The match was broadcast live on several television channels but took place under tight security because of the terror threats posed by the Al-Shabaab Islamist group. Omar Ibrahim Abdul Salam, a spokesperson for the Somali Football Federation, said the last night game in Mogadishu had been staged back in 1988. Somali Football Federation President Abdul Kani Said Arab said the renovation of the stadium has turned the country around and will go a long way to develop the sport. The minister said football is the main priority of the government and they will use it as a tool of peace building and stability.
Mali coach Alain Giresse resigned from his post last week, barely 24 hours after a barren draw against Morocco in a match-day 4 clash of the 2018 FIFA World Cup qualifiers that almost ended Mali's hopes of qualifying. Now, the 0-0 draw against Morocco followed a 6-0 drubbing by the same side in the reverse fixture in Rabat, one of the biggest losses in the history of the Malian senior national team. Giresse said, and in quote, "It has become complicated for me. There are times when you must know when to stop." The 65-year-old Frenchman now leaves Mali sitting at the bottom of Group C with only 2 points from 4 games, 5 shy of group leaders Côte d'Ivoire. Giresse was in charge of the side between 2010 and 2012, leading Mali to 3rd place at the 2012 African Nations Cup that was co-hosted by Gabon and Equatorial Guinea. He was reappointed in March 2015, but failed to steer the West Africans to glory as they failed to go past the group stage of the 2017 AFCON in Gabon. AFCON champions Cameroon are the first African side to be knocked out of the final qualifying standings for the Russia 2018 World Cup after they were eliminated from the final round of the qualifying last Monday. Hugo Bruce's side needed to beat Nigeria at home, but could only manage a 1-all draw and will not be in the 2018 edition of the tournament. Our correspondent in Cameroon, Joel Kuam, helped us prepare the following report. Let's have a look.
AFCON champions Cameroon won't be in Russia for next year's World Cup after they were eliminated from the final round of qualifying on Monday. Hugo Bruce's men needed to beat Nigeria at home, but could only manage a 1-1 draw and will not be in the 2018 edition of the tournament. The one-time World Cup quarter-finalists are the first African side to be knocked out of the final qualifying standings. Their recent revival was short-lived, much to the disappointment of coach Hugo Bruce.
Je pense que vous avez d'ambition.
I am a bit disappointed today because we did not win the match. But on the other side, we wanted to put up a performance quite different from Friday, and we did it. There was a new team on the pitch that fought until the 90th minute. Everyone gave the best of themselves, and that is Cameroon.
Jusqu'à la 90, la 95e minute, tout le monde a donné la meilleure de soi-même.
The country's press is, however, very critical of the team's current form and results.
I think it is very disappointing. Cameroon are African champions and with 7 appearances at the World Cup. We do not wish to see this kind of performance. When we look at our cause at the AFCON and these last games that we played, we regret to say that we won the cup by luck.
However, the indomitable Lions boss is confident that his team will pick itself up as he has set his eyes on the AFCON 2019 title.
Now we have to build not a new team, but we have to look what was good and what was bad the last months. But therefore, we need support. Because when you try to change something and it doesn't, it's not good, here in Cameroon, they kill you. I like to ask to everyone, be patient. Now we don't have anymore the World Cup, so we try and we will try to build a very good team for 2019. We will have a chance to win again AFCON. And it should be a dream after Gabon to win the AFCON here in our country.
The game against Nigeria leaves a lasting memory in the hearts of Cameroonian fans who now have John Obi Mikel and his teammates in their hearts.
Now we take a quick review at the tables and standings in all the 5 groups of the Russia 2018 qualifiers after match day 4. The next round of these qualifiers will be played in October 7th, 8th, and 9th. And now there is a glimmer of hope for the Teranga Lions of Senegal in their bid to qualify for the 2018 World Cup. The Bureau for the FIFA World Cup qualifiers ordered a replay of the qualification match between South Africa and Senegal held on 12th of December 2016. This decision follows the confirmation of the Court of Arbitration for Sport, CAS, to uphold the lifetime ban of match referee Joseph Lamptey from Ghana for match manipulation.
FIFA has ordered the World Cup qualifier between South Africa and Senegal to be replayed after the referee awarded a penalty for a non-existent handball and was banned for life for match manipulation. The game, which South Africa won 2-1 in November last year, will be replayed this November on a date still to be decided. It says it made the decision to order a replay after a Court of Arbitration for Sport upheld a live ban for the referee in question, Joseph Lamptey of Ghana. FIFA found Lamptey guilty of breaching the rule relating to unlawfully influencing match results. He gave a penalty for a non-existent handball against the Senegal defender Kalidou Koulibaly during the game in Polokwane, South Africa. replays showed the ball struck Koulibaly's knee and dropped to the ground. South Africa scored the penalty and went on to win the qualifier for their only victory so far in the final round of qualifiers in Africa. A different result could have a big impact on the South Africa-Senegal group. Senegal trailed the joint leaders Burkina Faso and Cape Verde by a point.
You know, every time we see something amazing, we'd always want to know who's associated with it. Kylian Mbappe is arguably the hottest thing in the world football right now. We know he's obviously got some African roots. He's a son of the continent, and we are proud to give out Mbappe to the world to serve and entertain. According to a Nigerian media outlet called The Punch, Kylian's father, Wilfred Mbappe, has Cameroonian and Nigerian roots. He was once a refugee who migrated to France for greener pastures. Further reports say that Wilfred, in a bid to get permanent stay, got married to an Algerian-French lady, Faiza Lamari, an ex-handball player. Kylian was given a Yoruba middle name, Adesanmi, meaning crown fit me, by Wilfred, who also adopted son Jires Kembo Ekoko, a professional footballer of the Congolese descent, but has a biological son and a younger brother of Kylian named Adeyemi Mbappe in recognition of his Nigerian roots. Adeyemi is a Yoruba name meaning the crown befits me. And Mbappe hit the ground running at PSG. We saw that on Friday he scored on his debut for Paris Saint-Germain as the Ligue 1 leaders maintained their perfect start to the season with a 5-1 thumping at Metz. Senegal international Sadio Mane has been crowned the English Premier League's Player of the Month for August. The Liverpool forward scooped the accolade after scoring in each of his 3 appearances in the competition to begin his 2017-2018 season in style. He beat Manchester United trio of Phil Jones, Romelu Lukaku and Henrik Mkhitaryan, Huddersfield Town's Jonas Lössl and Chelsea's Alvaro Morata and teammate Mohamed Salah to get the award. However, Mane's bliss was soured when he was shown a red card during Liverpool's match against Man City last weekend on Saturday, in which the Reds were humiliated 5-0 by the citizens. Well, that wraps it up for us here today. We leave you with some pictures of our African brothers and sons who are in action in Europe over the weekend. Let's make it another date next week, same place, same time. Remember, you can always find these and other stories in the world of sport on our website, www.africanews.com/sport. See you next week.